I have had the iPad Mini 7, A17 Pro, whatever you want to call it, for about 5 months now. I use it for almost literally everything, like a field monitor for my camera, note-taking, productivity in general, reading, and even while I'm taking a poop, I use it to watch videos on, you know what I mean? And I have been seeing a lot of misconception on the iPad Mini of different YouTubers and expectations of this, so we're just gonna be answering 4 different things. 1, how has it been for me within the 5 months? 2, the misconception overall online. 3, is the iPad Mini for you? And 4, any future upgrades that we would like to see with the iPad Mini, because there are some pretty minuscule iPad Mini upgrades. So let's go over that. What's up? It's your boy, Augie G. Guys know I'm not with all the intros and stuff like that. So we're just gonna get straight into it. First, how has it been for moi? It has been, like I said in the beginning, a game changer. I use it for everything. If I go do short films with my girl, friends, myself, I use it as like a little freaking script thing. Like I pop up the script on the Google Docs. I even have my notes up right now while I'm watching this video. Like I'll be, whoop, whoop. You know what I mean? Not really? Okay. But I use it for various different things, and I use it every single day. And it has been, like I've said probably multiple times, we might have to even put a counter up here that says I've used it and it's been a game changer for me. I don't see any other tablet that can do this for me that's Apple related, because I done had the iPad Pro and I had an iPad Air. I actually just gave my iPad Air to my girlfriend because I thought the 11-inch would kind of help, but it was just too big, pause, to fit in my backpack, take around me everywhere, and overall be discreet, because that's just what I like in general, is everything to be discreet, nothing too eye-catching or anything like that. And that's what the iPad Mini does for me. Now, with this iteration, they came out with the A17 Pro chip. Do we think they should have did a bigger upgrade after many years of us waiting with the iPad Mini 6? Most definitely, but I never had the iPad Mini 6, and this is kind of my introduction to iPad Mini in general, so I'm happy with it, if that makes sense. So the fact that I have the Apple Pencil Pro, which you can't have on the iPad Mini 6, is actually pretty great. I thought it was one of them little marketing schemes that they were doing with the Apple Pencil, but like all the different haptic feedbacks that you can do with it, especially with the note taking, like it's a game changer. You know what I mean? I had this for the 5 months. I've been using it day in, day out. I use it for literally everything, and I love it. I don't mean to use it for editing or for it to be replacing my MacBook, whatever the case may be. I use it as just a productivity tablet that is very small, that I can fit in my tech organizer evenly, which like that's dope, right? But let's talk about the misconception, because the misconception of the iPad Mini is almost just abysmal at this point. I have been seeing on YouTube and just various different posts saying, I switched from the iPad Mini to the iPad Pro. Okay, like what? Or I switched from the iPad Mini to this. I'm like, all right, dog, like what are you trying to get at this point? We know the iPad Mini with an A17 Pro chip, by the way, that's in an iPhone, like it's not meant to be a powerhouse, dog. It's not meant to be like, if you're a professional artist, bro, you're going with an iPad Pro because it has a better screen and it has all the other powerful chip, all the other things that an iPad Pro has. You're getting the iPad Mini for the simple fact that it's a small form factor tablet. It's perfect to travel with. You can watch videos on it, and you can read, whatever the hell you want to do with the iPad Mini. But it's not meant to be used as a computer replacement or a freaking powerhouse of a tablet. Does that make sense? So that whole misconception of like, hey, the iPad Mini should be, you know, you shouldn't get the iPad Mini, you should get the iPad Pro. I'm like, dog, you're going from an 8-inch to a freaking 11, 13-inch if you want. That's this big of a gap when it comes to performance. You know what I mean? At this rate, the iPad Mini is just all about personal preference and just trying to have a tablet to use for your everyday things, not to replace a computer. But that kind of transitions into, is the iPad Mini for you? For me, it's for me because I needed a tablet that was able to take care of productivity, scripts, just those very those very minuscule things that you would do like in a journal or something like that. But you have it on here and you can watch videos, you can FaceTime, you can do various different things with it. I had the iPad Air, like I said, I tried it. It didn't work for me. It was just too big. So I had to give it to my girlfriend. So it's like the iPad Mini, all in all, was just perfect for productivity and how I needed it. Now for you, if an 8-inch tablet is perfect for you, and you just all you need is just for either reading or writing, just productivity in general, you don't need that fast of it. I mean, it's not a slow tablet. Like it's not dog shit slow, let's be honest, but it's fast enough to get what you need completed, if that makes sense. But if you need something that's a little more faster because you intend to play video games on it or something like that, I think you go for the iPad Air. But then if you need something a little more with a better screen, or you really care about like the refresh rate, or you care about the camera for some odd reason, or like whatever the case may be, go with the iPad Pro. Nobody's stopping you. But with the iPad Pro, iPad Air, you can have a keyboard, but that's meant, like I said, that's all meant for it to be like a computer for you. But if you're not meaning for this to be a computer, and you just want it to be like a journal damn near that you can watch videos on, like, you're good. So that's all up to you at that point, if that's what you want. But moving on to the upgrades. With the upgrades of the iPad mini, well, in general, I think the biggest upgrade that they need to do is shrinking these damn bezels. These bezels are fat as hell, dog. Like, it's 2025. One second, somebody's at the door. I'm back. How come every time I do a video, somebody has to ring the doorbell? Like, when I don't do a video, nobody rings the doorbell. But when I do a video, somebody always has to come. But let's get right back on top. The bezels on the iPad mini should definitely be shrunk. I just think that they're just too damn big. We're in 2025. We shouldn't have these thick ass bezels on the iPad mini. They should honestly just be as skinny as it is on the iPhone for the iPad mini. Because with it being super small, you might as well just use the majority of that real estate. You know what I mean? I just think that's probably the biggest thing about it. Should they put an M chip in there? Yeah, I think that'll be fine. Like, it'll be cool. But like I said, if you want to use it as a powerhouse of a tablet, then sure. But I think it's going to have some sort of battery or overheating issues that they would have to overcome. And it's just going to be one of those hassles to where it's like, what will be the point of the iPad Air unless you want a bigger screen? So it's like, I think Apple's approach with the iPad mini is to make it almost like just a minuscule tablet that's used for your everyday productivity. I think maybe they should update the screen, because there is some cases of jelly scrolling. I don't see it as much, nor does it bother me, but having a higher refresh rate screen would be sweet. And just, I think it's just screen related stuff. Could they add the Face ID? Yeah, they can, but the touch is not bad at all. I actually miss the touch very much so, and I enjoy having the touch on here. But when it comes to like anything else, like the camera, I don't really care about the Apple Pencil. Like, you got the Pencil Pro on this one, so it's like you added Apple Intelligence with this one, so it's like, I just wanted to kind of talk about the iPad mini, how it's been for me within the 5 months. When it comes to the iPad mini, it's meant to be a productivity-based tablet that you can use just for journaling, watching videos, very minuscule editing, things like that. When you went and bought this, you knew it had an A17 Pro chip in there. You knew damn well it was not gonna be no fast-ass little tablet, you know? You knew it has a 60 hertz refresh rate screen. You knew all this stuff. You knew that it wasn't gonna be nothing, no crazy iPad Pro, you know what I mean? So it's like, why the hell are you even comparing it at that point? I guess it makes sense if they said, I switched from the iPad Pro to the iPad mini because I needed productivity, and then I knew that I didn't need all this, and the iPad mini did this. Yeah, that makes sense, but iPad mini to iPad Pro, I don't know what you're talking about. But let me stop before I end up bugging out here. I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys got some points from the video. Per usual, let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Have you had the iPad mini? How has it been for you? Am I just bugging out for no reason about creators thinking that they could just compare this to an iPad Pro, to where it's like, why would you even do that? But you guys let me know. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I appreciate all the love you guys have been giving me. It has been a blessing. I love that you guys are watching my videos, subscribing, and all that stuff. Liking, disliking, interacting in general means the world to me. But yeah, like, subscribe if you want. You're not obligated. It's free though. Dislike if you want, because I know a lot of people don't like what I got to say, and that's just how it is. But appreciate you guys for watching, and have a good one.